Do you need to move over a little bit?
No, it's fine.
It's over your head, Susie.
All
right. So we're going to go through them and put them on our stars, and then talk about which pieces and play a little game. Who doesn't love games, right? Okay, so please put your lists away. And then let's do one at a time. Am I going to colour code these?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so let's have thank you everybody for your resounding complication of my life. Let's have right hand, go. Who was on the right hand team?
Us.
You lot, right. One of the things, Kit?
Bow hold.
Good. Excellent.
Bow division.
Okay, great. Maybe?
String crossings.
Very good. Kit?
Pits.
Excellent. Wendy?
Upbow staccato.
Upbow staccato, brilliant.
That old chestnut.
That old chestnut.
Slurs, different combination.
Great. Kit?
Staccato.
Staccato, excellent. Wendy, this is an easy one then.
Starting from the balance point.
Okay, I think we'll just leave that under bow division.
Okay.
Yeah. Can we have something else?
Um,
Kit just gave you a
Legato.
really open, obvious
Legato.
one. Yes, exactly. Mimi?
Extending the bow to you're going to it. We're going into book 2. Or is this just book 1 stuff?
No, no.
Oh, yeah. Extending the bow stroke, so you're using the lower half of the bow.
Good. That's absolutely right. But we're going to leave that under bow division, otherwise it all gets too complicated.
More continuous bows, so not legato, not staccato, just keeping it going more.
Yeah.
In
Can you give me a piece that you're
Judas.
thinking of? Would you not say that's legato?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I suppose
I mean, we
just
can put detache, I guess,
Yeah.
but it's that confusing thing that we don't really talk to
Alright,
children about it.
tonalisation with cassals.
Great.
Squeezing
Cassals,
thumb.
let's go for that. By the way, if you had the full tonalisation on cassals lesson from Helen last week, please remember to keep it musical. Okay, any more, Kit?
bow speeds, different bow speeds.
Yeah, that comes under bow division as well.
Okay.
So bow division or bow distribution is just like how much speed you are using so to dictate the length of the bow.
Hooked bows.
You're using excellent hooked bows. Wendy, any more?
Contact point.
Great. Mimi, any more?
Elbow steering, sort of mobile elbow.
Elbow steering. Can you explain? That's not a phrase I've heard before. Can you explain it?
Well, it's to so that
Oh, left hand. No, we're on right hand.
Oh, sorry.
I was like elbow
Sorry.
steering.
No, sorry.
I'm not quite
Right
sure.
hand. Oh, well, elbow anyway.
Elbow,
Yeah,
yes.
Different levels of elbow.
Yeah, definitely. We're going to keep that within string crossing.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
good. Oh, good. I was like, oh my god,
No,
I
no.
missed something.
No,
Major.
sorry, I was thinking.
No, don't worry. Okay, and then here's the interesting bit. Look at your list, and is there anything we've missed off from memory?
Yeah, flexible fingers.
Oh, good. Yeah.
I don't know if it counts like doubles. With the double stops, you'd be able to do that. Why not?
Double stops.
Wendy said straight bows, and that's right, isn't it?
Goes back to
Well, is that a technique that we did? Well, I mean, it is a technique that we developed, but it's not a technique that you would ever do something different from, would you? So I think it's sort of in the how you play. It's a bit like I didn't write down bow hold because it's like, yeah, definitely that is one of the earliest techniques we start with and develop, but it's not something that changes. Through, you know, like you just have to put it on every piece. Like every time you play the violin, you have to think about straight bows. You have to think about your bow hold. You have to think about the tone and the intonation. And so those things are not really
from the outside hold to the inside.
Yeah, very good.
Kicked at double stops, didn't you?
Yeah.
Sort of balance.
Yeah, I've got that. Excellent.
Yeah. I think we've got it. And that's the same. We'll just
how do we describe like a grown-up bow hold? Advanced bow hold.
It's an inside bow hold.
Yeah, I think kids like to hear that it's advanced. It is inside, but it's yeah. Okay, any more on right hand?
No. That's what we've got.
I'm thinking of one. Can someone from the other team think of something?
Retakes.
Then yes, well
Oh,
done.
yeah.
Retakes. So please add it to your list.
Good.
Flexible wrist come under flexible fingers as well.
Yeah, I mean maybe I should have just written flexibility.
Could we do like leading? Or is that not really?
Yeah, that's kind of that third. You know, when we did it here, we had that third column of like general things. So that is very important, but it's not really a right hand, left hand thing. Sorry?
Writ?
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Like general musicality is going to come. Yeah. Good.
Heavy elbow. Did you say heavy elbow?
No, I don't think we did, but I
I
think.
said the elbow in some respect.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think the circular action, the elbow circular action that comes from.
Yeah,
between-
circle action.
I think that's what
And
we
there's
was
one
getting
more
at.
that I'm thinking of.
That's the sort of how to produce tone, isn't it?
Yeah, but the
That's
circle
sort of-
action I
yeah,
think does
circle
change,
action,
it does develop as you go through. It's not just like straight bows, which is if you're doing it without having a straight bow, then you're not doing it right kind of thing.
What about starting with an up bow? Did you say that?
We did talk about that.
I'll take more or less, please, Bob.
More or less. Joe's favourite. Yeah.
More or less.
Or what Ed Crichton calls dia.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a major one. Folks, who's going to spot it? It's enormous.
Tone?
No.
Angle of the
Slurs?
bows.
No. Had that.
The angle of the
No.
bow.
Something about the like having depth into the string.
Yeah, something about
Tone.
that. Yeah, nearly.
Beautiful sound.
No. One that you don't start with and then you learn and then you develop.
Pressure of a bow.
Weight.
Yes, in
Oh,
order to
contact
do.
contact
In
point.
order to do.
Ringing
Accent.
sound.
Thumb squeeze.
Dynamics!
Dynamic.
Dynamics, please.
It's the elephant in the room.
Someone else said something which we do need to say. Who said
I
something?
said accents.
Accents, very good. Anything else anyone can think of for the right hand? I have 2 more stars. Right side.
Pinching? And that's accents, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Martellet?
Yeah, I'm going to keep that under bow division, I think.
Slurs?
Done
No,
that.
no, no.
Maybe I will put Martellet. I'll just keep these. Maybe I will put Martellet. Could you give us a succinct description of what Martellet is?
Long, fast bows.
Very good. Right, okay, so let's have green and orange. Well done, team right hand. Very good. Team left hand. Hit me. Not looking at your list. Joe.
Chords.
I'm going to put double stops, but we know what you mean. Double stops
Yeah.
and chords, how about that?
Yeah, yeah.
Good. Freya?
Independent fingers.
Great. Come Come on, Sharpie, don't dial me now. This is very bad timing.
Okay.
No, thanks. It's all right. I've got.
You say that, but they might all be dry.
I know they might. It's not though. Right.
4 fingers.
4 fingers. Excellent. I think it's also the weird texture of these things. You know, they're a bit shiny. Good.
High threes or like yellow with a hot pink through.
Yeah, so finger patterns, should we just put that? Yeah, we don't want to get too bogged down in detail, otherwise the next part takes the rest of our lives. Thanks.
Hopping 3rd finger.
Good.
Or 1st finger.
Hopping fingers.
Hopping fingers.
Great. Joe.
Finger blocking.
Excellent.
Silent fingers. Walking fingers.
Yes. Yes. Why don't we put?
Is that the same as secret fingers?
Yeah,
Yeah,
like just like you know, like in
Yeah. I know what you mean.
cheese.
Yeah.
Preparing them
Yeah.
together. I don't know. I feel like I've heard silent fingers, walking fingers, block fingers,
Secret fingers.
secret fingers.
I don't use silent fingers, but I think we would all understand that that's what you mean. Secret fingers is the same thing. Yeah, like you're not making a sound. Yeah, so block fingers, you just chuck them all down. I wouldn't ever recommend that, really. Walking fingers is 1, 2, 3.
See, I call blocked fingers when you place a 1 and a 3 down, for example, rather than putting them all down.
Oh yeah, sorry. I mean, in particular, I'm talking just about
Yeah.
pre-twinkle. Sorry, I didn't make that clear. Yeah, blocking. Yeah, finger blocking is definitely helpful. Like in waltz, you have to keep the 1 down and then roll the 3. Those kind of things, definitely. Yeah, walking fingers, also independent fingers, and secret fingers 1, 2, 3 down. So those are the 2 that you do want to use in pre-twinkle. Are like preparing, so secret fingers, then play, or walking fingers, make sure that you've got the next one down before you pick up the other one. Cool? Okay, good. So finger blocking. So I'm not going to write that because it's sort of only pre-twinkle, but well done. It's not wrong. Bex?
Grace notes.
Good. Related to that? Joe?
True.
Oh, very good. Related to that? Freya?
I don't. What related to grace notes?
Yeah, like what? It's a more basic thing that we develop through book 1. What happens with the fingers?
Fast fingers?
Yeah, exactly. Fast fingers. Yeah, or
I
fast
think one of
notes.
our ones was fast rhythmic fingers,
Yeah.
the semiquavers.
Exactly. We've never had notes as fast as we get in Gossec and all of the rest of the piece, have we? Just like when you get to Allegro, you have the first set of do. Like quick, you've got to be quick. Yeah? Good. Anything else?
There's lots, I just can't
I'm
think of
sure
it now.
I was going to say, halfway through my pack, so...
Did finger patterns, we did.
What would you like to
Doubles.
open
Oh,
it
we
up
did
to
waterfall, didn't we? It's
the
a
other
waterfall.
team?
Harmonics.
Harmonics, good.
Harmonics, shifting,
Shifting, excellent.
and playing.
Buying new
We
pens.
said,
And playing in position as well.
yeah,
a
positions,
separate
shifting.
Positions,
Right,
shifting, yeah.
Position. And waterfall wrist.
Again, you just don't want them to do that wrong, so that's just a thing that is always there.
Vibrato.
Good. Kit, could you go and root through the drawers on the desk and see if you can find any more Sharpies, please? Or just generally around the desk. Thank you so much. Any more for any more? Do you want to look at your list? Oh, you've got your list right there.
No, she's been looking at it. She's been very good.
Coordinating left-hand fingers with the bow.
Good. I'm just going to put coordination. Again, that's sort of one of those things you always need, because if you're not coordinated, then nothing works. But we kind of also know what you mean.
We were talking about syncopation.
Yeah, coordinating the fingers with a bow and syncopation.
Yeah,
So
I
that
think.
comes under coordination.
Yeah.
Mm.
Good. Anything from the other team on your colleagues' behalf?
I would say how to play in tune, what
Mm.
helps you. So awareness of the octave, the third finger, the ringing third finger with the octave.
Yeah, ringing
Or
notes.
the fourth finger with the open string.
Yeah, I think we
Just
can
draw
put ringing
messages
notes. Very good. I think that does that. You know, you would be covered by having put finger patterns, but I think it's worth putting separately as well. Good. Anything to add?
Awareness of a grippy thumb or something like that. I don't know how.
Yeah. No. Okay. Thanks.
Or when you're doing a low one, that.
Yeah, we thought that comes on the finger
Yeah.
patterns.
Okay.
I think we can
Yeah.
consider that covered under
Okay.
finger patterns.
Because, well, we had it slightly separately because there's a difference between when the yellow finger pattern's introduced and then when you introduce it with the low one, and that feel of it going back is slightly wider. So,
But I think that finger patterns we can cover.
Yeah.
Just like string crossing will cover. You know, slurred string crossing. Is it a Sharpie?
Mhm.
Oh, wonderful! Thank you. I looked at a pack of Sharpies in the so cute.
Yeah.
In the post office, and I was like, no, we've got loads of them at Suzuki Hub, and obviously all of the loads we've got have either dried up or walked home with other people. Never mind. Thank you, Joe. Okay.
I want it back though, eh?
Yeah, obviously.
It might not do well.
Okay, got one more related to shifting. Well, no, I guess it's I would say that we do introduce in book 3, probably in review, but my lovely
We said
level
harmonics already,
twos.
right?
We said harmonics already. We've said shifting already, but there's something
Playing in position.
specific.
Gliss?
No, I think playing in position is covered by shifting. Gliss and do we have a gliss in the Suzuki books?
No.
No, what do we have in Humoresque? If you teach it the way I think you should be taught.
Oh, do the leading fingers.
Portamento.
Portamento.
Yeah.
Very good. What does that mean for anyone who might not be clear?
Just sliding.
An artistic glide.
Isn't it just a nicer word for sliding?
Well, what's different from a glissando and portamento?
Portamento, the finger's not engaged.
Very good. Portamento is an audible shift. So you would not have your finger in playing depth. A glissando. I'm always like, where have I put my violin? So a glissando would be every increment of note that you're going to hear. Yeah. A portamento is an audible shift. So it's sort of like harmonic finger depth. Good. Okay, great. So let's sit on the floor if everybody's comfortable on the floor.
I've now got my shoes off.
Yeah, feel free to take your shoes off.
Can't lie on the floor rather than.
No, you cannot lie on the floor.
Lazy bones.
We're going to play memory. No, I'm joking. Well, I'm going to play a different version of memory. Okay, so we're going to pick a star.
Jim the other day, we're like,
Oh dear.
Is it like one of the youngest people?
Absolutely the youngest.
Well, actually, I'm not sure.
Which
of you is
younger?
Are you younger, Freya?
I'm 25 in October.
That's also 24. Anyway. Right, so let's start with the youngest. Pick a card. Pick a card, Pick a card, everyone pick a card.
Look at it.
You can turn it over. It's not a secret. Okay, so I think this will go easiest if I demonstrate. Okay, so I have legato. So I'm going to think about introducing legato in Long Long Ago for the first time. Next place that you would develop legato.
There's a legato and allegro after the martelé stroke. There's a legato section.
There is. Yes, good. Mimi, anything to add?
To legato.
Yeah.
What, in book one?
No.
Anyway.
Just moving forward through the repertoire.
Make the legato string crossing with a slur.
With like a piece that develops legato.
Oh, I would say minuet 3 because it's got slurs.
Okay, good. Wendy? Book 2?
Judas Maccabee.
Indeed, yes. Nothing to add, I presume. You've given level 1. Anything to add?
What?
Good. Anything to add?
Well, I was going to say Gossip of What's got everything in it. But
It does, but it's only really got about 4 notes of legato, hasn't it? So it's not really a teaching point. We're talking about which pieces have got that as a teaching point. Okay, so yeah, it's a very helpful piece out of that. Next in book 2, Mimi.
I've got. Sorry.
The next thing for legato, or anything more for legato in book 2.
In book 2.
After waltz.
I would say maybe the Bach. G minor, because you've got
Good.
So
Excellent. Book 3, yes, wonderful. Anything else in book 3, Wendy? Okay, what's the next piece after Gavotte in G minor? Yeah. Any legato in there? Well done.
Well done.
Yes.
The deep end, don't you?
I mean, she has been on level 2 for, you know, a while.
I was
It's
gonna say,
not like
I was
just to see if she likes to
Total immersion.
I haven't done any revision. I play through the books sometimes, I do.
Okay, so don't worry. Joe, anything in legato? Anything in
Well, after
humoresque
humorous.
for legato? Yes,
yeah,
no? Yes.
I think so.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Anything else in
With
book
the
2?
shifters
In
as
book
well.
3, sorry.
I don't think so for legato.
Yeah, good, excellent. So then I can put that there. We've done that. Okay, so some of them will be quite long because it's like legato is a big thing, and some of them will be quite short. For example, trills.
Cool. Yeah, I've got trills. There aren't really any trills in book 1.
Excellent,
but we do
well
have
done.
grace notes in Gavotte.
Oh, even
Ooh,
better. Bonus
that's it.
marks.
She's in
Bonus
there.
marks. Well done, Mimi.
The first you've got kind of measured trills in Mignon.
Excellent. Yeah, Wendy.
Anybody?
Good. Any more for any more?
Yes, there are in. There are in book 3. No. Yes.
Think book 2 a little bit more.
So what was the last one? What was the last piece?
Lily.
Boccherini.
Boccherini, very good. Book 3, trills.
It's more down to Mordance in book 3.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that there's a piece that particularly develops the trills. Good, so you can put that aside. Mimi, what have you got?
Vibrato.
Oh, okay, so this is a different kind of thing, isn't it? So tell us one thing about how you start to get ready for vibrato.
Well, I'm not really sure, to be honest. I've taught it, but I teach it differently from you. So
Okay.
I'm slightly.
If you're going, I'll give you a little bit of a hint.
I know you start with kind of just shifting, kind of
Exactly.
exercising sort of ghosty sounds.
Exactly.
Like that.
So
Yeah.
shifting is the precursor
Yeah.
to vibrato because then you teach the same
Mm.
thing. Good. Any thoughts about vibrato? I mean, we're not going to review how we teach vibrato, but
Well, it sounds as though you would start with the arm vibrato with the bigger movement.
yeah, I do recommend
rather
you
than
do that.
finger
Yeah,
vibrato.
yeah. I
Because
do
there's a big
recommend.
thing about whether you do shifting or vibrato.
Yes.
first.
I have never understood why it's even worthy of debate. I just think it's
So
completely
shifting.
obvious. But
Yeah.
maybe someone watching the video can send me a little email that says this is why it's worthy of debate. I just don't understand
Big
it at all.
movement to small movement.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like
Mm.
outside bow hold, inside bow hold.
Yeah.
You know, like whole arm movements, smaller movements. Anyway, There we go. Good, well done. Anything to add on vibrato?
I would say that I would make sure that the child is set up well, and they can support the bone with their head quite well, and that actually there's not much tension or no tension in the shoulders from the back.
Very good, very good. Yes,
And the
from
hand
back,
and wrist.
important. Good. And in terms of where we develop it, book 2 is the shifting book, book 3 is the vibrato book, book 4 is the concerto book. Everything comes together. In theory. Okay, good. Thank you, Mimi. Right. Oh, wow. Wendy, what have you got? Coordination.
Coordinating the fingers and
Good. So where does that start?
twinkle.
Yes, absolutely. And is developed particularly in which early book 1 piece kit? Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I mean, obviously you need, it's one of those things you need all the time, but some of them it requires a higher level. It's the first time that it's like ratcheted up, isn't it? Yeah. Good. Next time it gets ratcheted up.
Perpetual motion.
Slightly
Before
before that.
Mason.
Oh, yes, I would accept Mason, but I was thinking of... oh, yes, definitely. Okay, I said corrected. Yes, I was thinking of Allegro, but that was because I was more on the, like, how the fingers and the bow move quickly together.
Definitely.
Angle. It's so interesting, isn't it, how many different things there are. Thoughts?
Etude.
Good.
One.
Excellent, particularly for...
String crossing.
Very good. Very good.
Minuet too.
Yeah, yeah, very good.
Yeah, where's that wafting from?
Bring us some of that.
Gossip.
Yes, good. I mean, you could say the Happy Farmer, I think, because of the hooked bows and the string crossing. But I mean, obviously, you could say everything, like Minuet 3 slurs, like you know. So I think we'll just stop there for book 1. Well, we've got to the end of book 1. Okay, key pieces for coordination in book 2, or key themes that require coordination.
Hunter's chorus, I think.
Good. Yes. Yeah. I would agree. Maybe.
Say, I think something like Becca Gavot takes a lot of, because of
Absolutely.
because you've got up bow staccatos and shifting.
Yeah.
And anything which combines shifting with us.
Yeah. Definitely. So shifting is a big coordination issue, isn't it? Good.
Yeah.
And up bow staccato. Good. Anything to add?
Or witches dance as well.
Yeah, I mean,
Yes.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like we could sort of say every single piece, but in terms of like the big themes,
I'll go back and say Boccherini as well.
Yeah.
Almost.
Beethoven, Minuet and G, Legato, like there's something in all of them really, isn't there? Good, well done. Okay. Kit, what have we got?
Dynamics.
Dynamics,
I
excellent.
forgot.
Tell us the first piece that introduces dynamics.
Go tell.
Well done. What kind of dynamic is it?
The echo.
Excellent. Joe,
I don't call it an echo.
why
It's not
not?
exactly the same. It bugs me. I say it's somebody answering from across the Grand Canyon. I don't say it's not. It just does my head in. Anyway,
2 notes different.
yes, very much like my Virgo. Dynamics. Very. I would say I'll come to children.
Yeah, you'd be right. Yeah, definitely. It's got crescendos and diminuendos in it. Just as if it didn't have enough in it already. Before that?
Long ago.
Before that? Yes.
That's like an echo, isn't that just the same?
That is
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, that is an echo.
But that's not developing, because it's already been developed.
Okay, fair, but it is one of the pieces that you would pull out.
And be like dynamics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're thinking about this as being which pieces have these as their teaching points rather than I think development is a funny word, isn't it? You could argue that it develops it by doing it again with different fingers, but you could also argue completely that you're right that it doesn't develop it because it's the same thing we've already learnt. But yeah, okay, good.
Long, long ago has an echo.
Excellent.
An echo, is it? Oh, yeah, so there's...
One that we can all agree is an echo, even Miss Virgo over there.
well, minuets have got...
Yeah.
got dynamic.
Yeah, we'll just take that as yes, absolutely. Minuets, loads of it. Minuets, good.
Happy fun.
Yep. Yes. Okay,
Going into
shall
book
we
two.
stop now? Because I mean,
Yes.
that, you know, that's just like, yeah, so then basically once you've learned how to do different dynamics, it's just developing it and refining it. I mean,
Although, is the first time we get fortissimo in Martini Gavotte?
no, I think it's in Hunter's Chorus, isn't it? Doesn't dee 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 dee. Isn't that fortissimo?
No, I think it's Martini. That's right. Sorry.
No, I know, I'm delighted to be corrected. Look, I mean, if you expected me to have every single detail of all 10 books in my head, then I'm afraid you're definitely going to be disappointed at a certain point.
Exactly, but I don't know. I mean, to be honest, I think it's all relative. Fortissimo.
That was genuine. Hunter's Chorus. You are right.
Hey!
Yes. How dare I even question?
No, I was perfectly prepared to be wrong, but I'm very obviously pleased that you're right.
Is it Fortissimo?
Fortissimo, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. What are we doing? Hunter's Chorus, yes. Okay, so then what is the thing that develops dynamics in book 2? Not a specific piece, but a technique that helps you develop dynamics that is in here somewhere. A level 2 person.
Temporization?
That's not a technique.
No.
It's the
Good.
what do you call it? It's so you first have it in the handlebar, so you're increasing the bow length to increase the increase the dynamic.
I would agree that handlebar is a key piece for that, but it's not a new technique, is it?
Okay.
We have used like bow speed to change dynamics
Okay.
a lot. What have we not used to change dynamics? You probably only introduce it in review.
Wait.
Think about your tone triangle.
Wait.
Sound point.
Yeah, contact point.
Contact.
Changing the contact point. I think waltz is the perfect place to introduce that in review, that you're thinking about moving away from the bridge and working towards it, so that by the time you get to the top A, you're back on track 1 or 2, 1.5. Good, excellent. Okay, thank you. Joe, what do you have?
Fast fingers.
Woohoo!
I would say fast fingers. We spoke about that already with one of the ones that we did.
Okay, so where is the first point at which you have to have a fast finger?
I think it's on the end.
Nope.
What do you mean semiquavers?
I don't mean semiquavers, I mean that you have to really move your finger exactly at the right time with your bow, otherwise you hear a mistake.
Twinkles?
Which ones? Yes.
Dr. Suzuki and...
Nope.
No.
Anyone
Fast
else?
and Fast.
Faster than a caterpillar. And well done. Stop pony. The ones that have semi-quavers at the end. I mean, obviously, you could argue that a triplet is also quite fast. A quaver is also quite fast. But in terms of like, if you play and you don't pick up that finger exactly at the end of that semi-quaver, then you hear that the notes overlap. Whereas before, you've got more wiggle room with your bow and your left hand. Good. Next. After the twinkles, what develops fast fingers?
Allegro.
Good. Well done.
Perpetual motion.
Which one? Which part?
The doubles.
Yes. Excellent.
I would say Gossip Gavotte.
Before that?
Before that. Minuet 2 with triplets.
Just think about this answer.
What did you say?
Doubles.
Oh, what?
Doubles.
Etudes?
Yeah. Etude doubles. Yeah. Why is it harder than perpetual motion doubles?
Because there's more string crossings.
Exactly. Good. Well done.
Yeah.
I was going to say etude.
So fast fingers.
Minuet.
Yeah. Which one would you say? Where would you say particularly?
Oh.
Let's do this as a group. Is it minuet 1?
Yeah.
I don't think that's that fast. It's very careful finger preparation, but it's not like you could play dee 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 and get it down well early. nothing goes wrong? Where does something go wrong if you don't have the fingers exactly coordinated with the bow in a quick way?
You got two.
Yeah, there.
Beginning.
Triplet. Beginning, yeah. I mean, the beginning, yeah, it's quavers, so yeah, it comes down to, you know, whether we think quavers are fast or not, but definitely the triplet. And that string, da 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 da, that string crossing. Good. Next piece after
minuet 2. Minuet 3.
which bit is fast?
Actually, I'll retract my statement.
No, I don't think you need to.
Where's the string crossing? It's down. First one.
No.
That bit? No?
Anybody?
It's an open string, isn't it?
Go on, Bex. This is your strength. You've said it so many times today.
String
already.
crossings.
No.
Oh, slurs.
Grace notes.
Grace notes.
Grace notes.
Ah.
Do, 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 do.
Yeah.
That's like a semiquaver if you were going
Yeah.
to write it out, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you've got to pick that finger up quickly.
Ah.
Good. Freya's favourite. God. Okay, book 2. Fast fingers introduced first where?
Oh,
Don't panic.
book 2. Hunter's Chorus.
Excellent.
With the semicolon.
Good. What comes after Hunter's Chorus?
Or Witch's Dance.
Yeah, but I just mean what's the next piece after Hunter's Chorus?
I need to think through the whole piece and then on the
Is it or what?
Variation. Yes,
Oh,
it
my-
is the next one.
Thank
Just the
you.
next one, yeah.
Having a mental blank, thank you. Good, yes. Maybe, yeah, maybe fast fingers in terms of like semi-quiver type fast fingers. So what comes next after the long, long go?
Waltz.
Any
You've got
semi-quivers?
the grace notes.
You've got grace notes, well done. Then after waltz comes the next piece.
Bori.
Good. Any fast notes?
Fast fingers.
Semi-quavers. Let's stick
No.
with semi-quavers. No. Good. Do you know the next piece after Hanbury?
No.
No.
I can't remember. Let's play it first.
Two
Yeah.
grenades.
Two grenadiers. Any fast
Okay.
notes?
Well, it's hook notes, and that's
Yes,
kind
and
of
that
quick.
is a semiquaver, so that does
Yeah,
fit
string
with.
crossing.
Yes, good.
And then
Okay,
then it's Witch's Dance.
Yeah, witches dance, definitely.
Definitely.
Good, well done, Wendy. Anything to add, Mimi?
To Witch's Dance.
Well, in book 2. Where else? What else do you think of as having
Wait a minute.
hard, fast notes?
Oh yeah, Mignon.
Yeah,
Go quite
definitely.
Fast, yeah.
Definitely. Mignon. Yeah. Good.
The flat section, same speed as the
Yeah,
the
excellent.
hard.
Yeah, yeah. Fast notes. I would accept 2 more answers from book 2.
Yeah. Oh
Exam piece? What's your exam piece? Book 2.
yeah. One with the cassals.
Yes. Does it have fast notes in as well? Beethoven minuet?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, and arguably, I mean, it's a semiquaver and it needs to be careful and fast, so yeah, definitely. And Joe? Boccherini, Joe's favourite for today. Isn't it funny how these things come out? Yeah, good. Book 3 very quickly. Fast notes.
Not Martini, in terms of some
Not Martini.
not G minor.
Not Bach. I mean, Bach minuet.
Yeah. Humoresque.
Not G
humoresque.
minor.
That one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bachavots.
Pardon?
Bachavots.
Grace notes.
Yeah, grace notes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bachboro.
Yeah. I think so.
Semiquavers.
No, but I still think there's some really fast kind of
Yeah.
variation.
Yeah. It's
Mobile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mobile. maybe
Good.
is the way to put it.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well done, folks. Last one before coffee.
4 fingers.
Good. Oh, that's nice and quick, isn't it? Where would you first introduce a fourth finger?
Perpetual motion.
Very good. Or where do you first start to prepare your fourth finger? Ever. Ever. In the womb.
Can you give me a quick? Do you mean like, as in like you could do it in review, like add it in?
No, I mean it's the first thing that you prepare using the four, but you do not play the four.
Long.
No.
No, the other one.
Anyone know what I'm talking about?
Is it exploring the A and E
Hey,
string?
well done, Bex. Exploring the A and E string, we tap the four, don't we?
So it's like I mentioned one through different words, but you tap the floor. isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I played
That's
before.
Because the thing, like, the problem I have with I'm a Little Monkey,
Yeah.
I don't like the words, I can never remember exactly how they go. They don't help you to actually do what you're doing. And I think that playing the fourth finger is often a real compromise. It either sounds awful or you spend loads of time on it, it's not really needed until halfway through the book. But I think it's really important to check the hand shape. And if you play the fourth finger, you're changing what's in the book, which is always confusing for the parents. Like, well, why are we putting 4 in? It just says 3. If they're parents who look at the book. Some of them will not, they'll just remember what you've been doing. But, so exploring the A string and exploring the E string, sorry, I know that you don't know what I'm talking about, but there we go, just means that you can follow what's in the book, add in a little exercise in the rests, and also the words help you with what you're actually, instruct you as to what you're doing. So, yes, good, but perpetual motion definitely first place, good.
I think it helps the handshake as
Yeah.
well, doesn't it?
Allegretto, you can either use fourth fingers or open strings.
Very good, well done.
And Andantino.
Good. Do you think that Andantino should be a choice, or do you think it should have 4s?
I think it should, but I give them a choice.
Oh, interesting. Well, you can think about that on the train on the way home. I would agree. Sorry, I didn't mean that to sound so mean. I just think sometimes we say things and we're like, oh, yeah, I totally just said what I think, and that's interesting. I think, Bex, you're completely right. I think Allegretto, you do need to choose whether they need to work on string crossing or 4s, because it's difficult to do both at the same time. One helps one and the other helps the other, but Andantino, I do think we should be teaching the 4 and then the open each time.
4 and
2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1, do 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 do, 2, 3, 8, do 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 do, 2, 3, 4, do 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 do.
You do use a 4.
I would definitely always teach. I wouldn't give a choice. Yeah.
No, well, yeah, well, I mean, yeah.
But I mean, then
No idea
individual
why.
students are different. You
It's-
know, when I say I would
I
never
just-
give a choice,
I
I
just-
do mean most of the time I
Yeah,
would
no,
give a
I was
choice.
just going to say I had this little boy at school who he has got a short finger. I mean, everyone's little finger is short.
Yeah.
That is what I call little finger. But he does definitely have. It's slightly short. And I was being uncompromising about him using it, and I just got tears every time.
But he can't play the violin without doing it.
Well, exactly. And then, of course, so I didn't move him on, and then I got a grumpy email from his mother. Please, can you move him on? And I said, well, I can't because
Well, please,
there-
can you do
there
the
are
practice that I've asked
there
him
are
to
going to be
do?
notes which he can't actually play.
Yeah.
You know.
And you don't have much time if you're going to put it off in Andantino.
Yeah, but then,
when are you going to...
but then listen to this. Then his father got diagnosed with cancer and was
God.
given 3 months to. So then what do you do?
Open strings. Open strings and no practice is fine.
Challenge you to insist on a 4th finger.
No, I think we always have to be aware of individual circumstances. And I will say again, I feel like I say it a lot, but I don't think I say it quite enough. I think we do all just need to remember that you have no idea what is happening in the person that you are speaking to's life outside of your interaction. Whether that's a person on the bus, whether that's a student in front of you, you know, if you have a parent who's coming at you with aggression, do remember they may have just found out that their father has been told they've got 3 months to live. They may have just found out their partner's having an affair. They may have just found out they're sick. Like, all sorts of things might have happened. And I think it's really helpful to just remember this is probably not about me, and to work out how can I help rather than like, oh, you're attacking me, so I'm going to attack back. So yeah, it's really important for us to remember that all the
In the
time.
pandemic online, I think I mentioned that twins, mother Lydia, when I asked her how she was,
these huge tears just poured out. I've never seen such big tears, and it was on screen right in front of me. Oh, it just broke my heart. And
It's,
the boys were,
it's really hard online.
and then underpants, it was in this that each one had 3 strings on the back of it. I can't remember which 3, but
I had such a lovely moment. I got really upset in a lesson, and I was just like, I just need to go and have a moment. And I went, and when I came, it was like one of my obviously regular students. And when I came back, they just put a note on the music stand, like they made a little message, just saying, "We love you. Just text us when you're ready, and we'll just like go and have a cup of tea." And I was just like, oh, that's so nice. That's sort of like really what I needed. I was just feeling so awful. Anyway, right, so where are we? 4th fingers. Which piece have we got to?
I think it was
Andantino. Andantino. Okay, so the next place that you need to use the 4.
and then you have 1.
Good, excellent. Good. Joe, so hard.
Anyway, 3.
Good.
Dun,
Very good. Excellent. Good. And then I don't think we really need to go through book 2 as to how it's developed before. You just know that you've got to start using it, you know, all the time. I do think it's helpful, just before we have coffee, to talk about the 4th finger rule. Who can give me, a level 2 person probably, a succinct way to explain to your student how they can work out whether what's on the page should be played with an open string or a 4th finger, which I call the 4th finger
Going
rule.
up by step, if it's in passing by step, then you can go into the A string, but if you're only just going to the A for a little bit, use your 4th finger.
Okay, I know that what you've said is correct, but I suspect if you were saying that to a parent who's just starting to try and understand 4th fingers and open strings, they'd be like,
I'd use it to avoid any unnecessary string crossings.
yeah, very good. So if you have to change string, use an open string.
What
If
she
you don't
said.
have to change string, use a 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think for some of my students, they have also found, look at the notes on either side of the note you're trying to work out. If they're on the same string, use the 4. And if they're on different strings going up, use an open. So I think those are the 2 like really clear, but that's exactly the best one. Yeah,
And
avoid
coming
string
down, you don't
use
have to do
4
that,
to
yeah.
avoid string crossing.
Yeah.
And if there's a repetition and you want to play there's a different dynamic, you might use a 4.
Yeah, there are other
Yeah.
places, like if you have a long
That's
open
fine.
string, you know, if you're playing minims and you're going D on the A string, D, E, F sharp, you would probably still use a 4 because you don't want to listen to a whole on open E, but that's like more complicated.
There's
So
one
later
thing
on,
at
it's just
the
like
bottom of the page, and
That's
you
the
do
G
a 4.
minor, the G minor.
Is it?
There's
There's another one.
Oh, and
Yeah, I mean,
Becca, no, Martina Gavot.
Yeah, that's what
actually I do think that this reminds me. The 1E 4-3 and like using 4s and open strings to really train the intonation is something that is brought up quite a lot in book 3 that I think is really useful to do. So 1A 4-3. There's no reason to do well. I mean, it makes the slur maybe slightly better to have 4-3, but the most of the reason for that is just intonation training. Can you get your 4 to match the note it's just played? And 3-3 3-4 E1. Same thing. You could play 3 E1. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. It fits the 4th finger rule, but it doesn't help you to develop your intonation on 4.
It's book 1 piece of minuet 2, isn't it? That's got the 4. Oh yeah, because you go up by 7, down by 7, they go up more. So
You mean 4,
Where the
4,
triplets
E2, 3? Yeah.
yeah,
So I would say that's a place where
That's
you just
the
don't
basic
want to
one.
have loads of open E's.
and string
I
crossing.
mean, you once.
Well, and also it would be a double string crossing otherwise.
yeah.
Good. Okay. Well done. Let's have coffee. We will meet again at 12 o'clock. I can't remember what we're doing. Exam preparation. Well, that's basically what we're doing now. I mean, you've learnt all the stuff you need to learn. So, yes, let's have a cup of tea and then we can work out.
Can I take a picture of your list?
Yeah, sure.
Oh yes. I mean, it should be already on the WhatsApp group because it's the same thing that we made the lists of.
Yeah, but I don't know if we've missed any. Okay, turn the recording off. Don't need to record the tea break.
It's nice and airy.
It is. We're very lucky with the air through And we also do actually have